So we're going to go on to VAR, and yeah, we're going to complain virtually like we did last week. So Alex, do you want to get us started off with this Josh King versus Harry Kane, which you should all see around now?
So yeah, it was 0-0 at half time between Bournemouth and Tottenham. Obviously, a very important game for Bournemouth. They pretty much needed a win at that point, and yeah, at half time, Tottenham did feel like they could have had a penalty when Josh King did blatantly push Harry Kane in the back.
Mourinho went mental. Can't believe.
Yeah, it was a blatant penalty in my opinion. I can't see why they didn't give it, because he's just pushed him in the back while he's trying to go for a head the ball.
Both hands as well.
Yeah,
two hands in the back.
It's not like it's obviously a clear and obvious mistake, and I think if VAR aren't giving that a penalty, then I don't know what they are giving a penalty, because there's been a couple of controversial decisions in the past week, and I think that would be the least controversial one if it was given a penalty. It's just ludicrous. They need to stick with their decisions, and I can't. The ref didn't give it a penalty, did he, at first, and then VAR just looked at it and said no.
It's just the whole thing. This has happened twice this week, and we'll come on to the Bruno one in a second, which is a bit more. I don't know. This is a blatant foul though on Josh King on Harry Kane, but the fact that VAR is not even checking it and doing the right job, it's almost like they're looking at it for 1 second and judging it off that, rather than taking an absolute view in it for like a minute or so, which they should be doing.
They look at it in slow motion, and they were talking about it on Match of the Day. If you look at anything in slow motion, it either looks worse than it is or better than it is. You need to watch it in real time, just because they're looking at every aspect. Like, they're looking for the tiniest of contacts that make the player go down. Just look at it in normal speed. The referees have coped decently for the last 20 years while the Premier League's been around on giving penalties. Like, and you've got all those camera views. You should be able to see perfectly whether it's a penalty or not. There should be no controversy because VAR.
Well, so when you take a video on your phone, you can scroll through it. There's a slide at the bottom, isn't it? We use that to evaluate our technique in rowing for any tiny errors, and that works really well. They also use it on comedy YouTube videos when people are falling over. Would you not use that in football, when you can rewind it and watch the angles that the player's going through from multiple different perspectives? All you have to do is rewind it and not rewind it a couple of times to know that Harry Kane's been clattered there, and to know that Bruno Fernandes hasn't.
Yeah, I mean, they always do it as a static view, don't they, when it comes up on TV? It's always like, so you'll see like these lines if it's offside, which is understandable. But when it's a foul, they've not, like you said, they've not shown the replay. They've only shown it when somebody's actually gone in for the tackle, which you can't really judge it from, because it's the whole move in total that you have to judge. But yeah, we'll go on to
the Bruno Fernandes one. Smooth transition, that.
Yeah.
I don't think there was an intentional foul at all. In fact, I'm not entirely certain it was a foul, because there's not a great deal of contact there. The most amount of contact is Fernandes coming down on his ankle.
Yeah, so the picture that we've got at the moment, which you'll see, is not the best because there's other angles, but that you can see how, so it's not the best, but there's other angles which are better. So Bruno's done a Maradona, or people was it down, like whatever you want to call it, and basically he's done it, and he's done it very smartly. You have to give it to him like that. But it looks like Konsa's like gone through him sort of with his right foot, but then only to rewatch it back, you see Bruno, and I saw it straight away, and I was like, no, that's not a penalty, because I saw Bruno's right foot come down on Konsa's leg, and I'm like, that he could have got given a red card for that, not just a yellow. So
he snapped his ankle.
Yeah, so surely it would have gone the other way. But what gets me is, and I don't believe this, VAR's checked it and said it's a penalty when we clearly know that it's not, because we've got the footage here to show it. And
he skips his leg, doesn't he? And then he comes down on his other leg.
I mean, it's not intentional from Bruno because he's not looking at it, but it's still a foul.
If he had looked back and stamped on his ankle,
Yeah.
I'd be furious, but I'm just pissed off. I'm just annoyed at VAR here because there's no foul in my opinion, except maybe Bruno on Konsa,
Yeah.
which could turn the game.
Yeah.
Honestly, if we had a free kick off that,
Who knows? But yeah, I can see why John Moss, I think it was, has given it, because of course he's not got the VAR angle view, but it looks like Konsa's gone through the back of him. Which
yeah,
I thought,
I would see why he's given it. Like, I can see from the referee's perspective why he might give that, but from VAR's viewpoint, of them having a replay of it, he's skipped his leg. Bad refereeing there. Not VARing there.
But there was another incident with Villa and VAR, and it was Mamadou Sakho's header. I think it was meant to be a header, but it was ruled out for handball. Alex, what do you think of this one?
So yeah, it's another very controversial one, but I was thinking, unless there's something on the player's shirt to define what is their arm and what is like the rest of their body, we're never gonna know if it did hit their arm or if it just hit some other part of the body, in which case it would have been a legal goal, and then yeah, it could have been a whole different game for Palace and Villa, but it was disallowed, and yeah, very controversially as well. But again, even if we do get a defining image of what is the arm and what isn't, I think there's still going to be a lot of debate, because the ball can roll as it hits someone, and then they're going to be like, well, it hit his body first and then hit his arm. Surely that should be allowed. But yeah, unless the rules are given to the referees and the people working on the VAR and are given to everyone else, so we know what is your arm and what's not, we're never going to have no controversy. So it's going to be hard. So it's another thing that they're going to have to change next season with VAR. The rules are going to have to spell out definitely more, just more highlighted.
Yeah, what do you think, Joe?
I can see why it wasn't given, but I can also see why you would give it. No, I can. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong way. I could see why they've given a handball. I could also see the argument for it not being handball. Again, like Alex says, there's no clear marker on anyone's shirts. The ball does seem to hit him about here, maybe further up, which, depending on whereabouts in your arm, is a handball. But it's hit him in the back of the shirt. I'm not sure there's a massive amount he could have done there. It's hit him in the back, and it obviously wasn't a deliberate handball. I think if the referee had given him the benefit of the doubt there, I'm a Villa fan. We're not doing very well at the moment. This is the only game we've won in a while, and I still think the referee should have given him the benefit of the doubt and allowed the goal.
Yeah, I think because I've seen in the past these goals being given when it's rolled off the top of the arm or back of the shoulder or the back of the back, you could say. Even I've seen those being given, and I don't know. Yeah, like you said, Joe, I think they have to give the benefit of the doubt, because if he's looking at the ball, but Sakho's now got his head down, which you'll see in the picture, he doesn't know that it's going to hit his arm because he's hoping that it hits his head. So
he couldn't have done anything in that situation.
Yeah. So VAR is just an absolute mare at the moment. And Alex, you said to me before about they've got it wrong 3 times, or all errors this week have been wrong.
Yeah, they did a check on all 3 of the decisions given against all 4 the teams, and yeah, they just went back and told everyone that these 3 decisions that have been made have all been wrong, which is not a very good light on VAR so far. So unless it is changed, because they're taking 2 or 3 minutes out of football matches, and for them to be making the wrong decision after taking all that time out of the football match is just ludicrous, because they're trying their best not to halt the football match so it flows easier. But if they're then getting the wrong decision, which is the whole point that they're in there for. It's just ludicrous, and it needs to be changed, in my opinion, as soon as possible.
Yeah. So now we'll go on to some transfer news and injuries and contract extensions. So we heard about this last week, and Harvey Elliot, the 16-year-old, has officially confirmed that he has signed a professional contract with Liverpool, which is good for him and good for them, I suppose. Also,
hang on. I'm not sure if we can get away with putting the photo up of him signing a deal, but take a look at Harvey Elliot and tell me he wouldn't get served at a bar. He looks 25 at least. Tell me he wouldn't get served.
I agree.
He's 16. You're on me.
Could be a bouncer.
Yeah.
He looks a bit like a BTEC Calvin Phillips from Leeds.
I thought he was going to be Calvert-Lewin then.
Calvert-Lewin as if. But Nemanja Matic has agreed to sign a 3-year deal at Manchester United until 2023. I don't think we should have given him a 3-year contract, maybe a 2 or 1, but yeah, I think 3 is a bit too long. But
so his legs way.
Billy Gilmour is out for 4 months after a knee operation, so we won't be seeing him for a while. And of course, the transfer rumours around Jadon Sancho and Jack Grealish coming to Man United are still going around and are still very credible, apparently. But we'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see about them too.
I can't see Villa not going to United or Chelsea or someone if we go down.
Yeah.
I don't think he'll stay with us.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see why he would stay with you if you do go down. But
he's too class for the Championship.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cry.
He
put together his best moments in history on his Instagram because it was like his anniversary of like signing for the club or something. And honestly, these are all moments that I've absolutely screamed at in the past. Yeah, so going to be a very emotional moment if he does end up leaving.
Yes, we'll wait and see. But the Champions League draw and Europa League draw have been given out or done this week, and there are some big clashes in this one. Alex, do you want to go through the Champions League ones?
So yeah, Real Madrid or Man City have been drawn against either Juventus or Lyon. Manchester City are ahead in their clash, if you want to call it that. And I think Juventus ahead against Lyon.
I can't remember. It's that long ago that I can't remember. But
but yeah, I think it's probably going to be Man City Juventus. But Real Madrid are in very good form at the moment. And the other games are RB Leipzig have been drawn against Atletico Madrid, a very good game there. It's going to be Napoli or Barcelona versus Chelsea or Bayern Munich, which is a very good one. I think it's going to be Barcelona Bayern. I don't see Chelsea getting anywhere closer to this match. And Atalanta, the newcomers to the Champions League, are playing PSG, which is a very, very important game for them.
Yeah, I think Atalanta will be happy with that draw because
there's not many easier teams.
So the Real Madrid, City, the Juve and Lyon will play the winner of the Napoli, Barcelona, Chelsea, Bayern game.
That's good.
So then this is good news for Atalanta if they do beat PSG because
they either play RB Leipzig or Atletico.
Yeah, so that is good for Atalanta.
It's still going to be tough for them, especially against PSG.
Yeah, but PSG aren't as good as the Napoli's, Barcelona's, Chelsea, Bayern's, Juventus, Real Madrid, City's.
I'd say they were better than Napoli.
I don't know. Napoli are very good in the Champions League.
They've got Neymar and Mbappe, and yeah, other than that, they're just a bit
shaky at the back.
They're not a bad team, but they're not someone who would probably be battling for the Champions League title. So, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see about them. But Joe, if you want to read out the Europa League quarter-final draw.
If you can pronounce all of them, that would be great.
Yeah.
Shakhtar Donetsk or Wolfsburg against Basel or Frankfurt. United or Lask against FC Copenhagen and Istanbul Basaksehir. Sticking with it. Inter Milan or Getafe.
Oi! Yeah, Getafe.
Against Bayer Leverkusen or Rangers.
Ooh.
Wolves
Oh.
or Olympiacos against Roma or Sevilla.
Sevilla.
Whatever.
But yeah,
I saw it.
yeah, but the winners of I think it goes the winner of the Shakhtar Donetsk, Wolfsburg, Basel, or Frankfurt game will play Inter Milan or Getafe, or Leverkusen and Rangers, and then it might be an all-English semi-final with United could be playing against Wolves, who knows, or Sevilla or Roma. I presume United will win out of. I mean, we've already 4-0 up against Lask, Copenhagen and Istanbul. Yeah, move aside. And then Wolves.
Says the United fan.
Yeah. Says the United fan who we haven't lost in 17 games. Yeah.
In the Premiership, the pressure of a European competition might get to you.
No, I think that wasn't the Europa League. I think one of those games was, but who knows? Lask. So that's it for this episode. Episode 28. If you're on episode 28 on YouTube, episode 29 if you're on Spotify. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Spotify. Anything else to add, guys? Joe, the Twitch is coming. I can hear it.
Up the villa.
But yeah, go follow us on Twitch as well. We're going to be doing some live streams like last week. Didn't go so well, but hopefully we can get some form up and running.
It went all right.
We won
Yeah,
two of them.
go and watch it. Go and watch it. Go and watch it. Go and watch it to see how we did. But yeah, that's bye from me.
And me.
And me. Thanks for watching.
Come on.
Let's go.